In this guide, you will learn how to effectively utilize the fundraising module in a professional manner. Follow the instructions below to navigate through the necessary steps. Click on the Assets tab. Choose a specific asset. Before we delve into the fundraising process, let's begin with an overview of how it works to provide you with a holistic understanding. Here's a simplified breakdown of the process. 1. We kick things off by creating marketing materials and promoting the property to potential or existing investors. 2. When an investor expresses interest and specifies their investment amount, we label them as soft-circled. This shift indicates their transition from potential to confirmed investors, and they will be listed accordingly. 3. In the next steps, we provide the investor with a contract for signing and initiate a capital call to collect the investment amount. 4. Finally, the funds are deposited into the Covercy bank account. This summary should give you a clear overview of the fundraising process as a whole. The initial step in the fundraising process involves creating a bank account for the asset. You can easily and efficiently accomplish this by clicking the Get Started Now button within the system. Once you've successfully created a bank account, the next step is to create the offering deck that you intend to share with your investors. You can prepare or edit the offering deck by clicking on Edit Asset. Please proceed to the Marketing Materials section. On this page, you have the option to upload a PDF file, embed a link to a YouTube video, write a summary, and more. Once you're done, remember to click Save. Once you've completed the creation of your offering deck and it's ready for sharing with investors, you can click on View Opportunity to review the final result and ensure your satisfaction before sharing it. To share the marketing materials with investors, simply click on the Add Investors and Send Deck button. You have the option to share the deck with all the investors listed by clicking on Name or select specific investors to share it with. Once you've made your selections, remember to click on Send to proceed. After sending the deck to the investors, you can effectively oversee the entire process by using the Investor Engagement button. This feature allows you to maintain control and conveniently access all relevant information in one location. You can easily and systematically track who has contributed to the deck, who has responded to it, who is interested in investing, and who wishes to learn more about the asset. The most effective way to utilize this page is to take action when an investor demonstrates a genuine interest in investing and has already specified an investment amount. At that point, you can simply click the mark selected as soft-circled button, enabling you to prepare a contract and send it to the investor for their signature, based on the indicated investment amount. Once you've added the client to the soft circle following their expression of genuine interest and indication of the investment amount, it will automatically appear below, along with the investment amount. Please note that in the demo video, the amount is shown as $0 and can be disregarded. Within this tab, you have the option to either retain the investment amount as initially provided by the investor in response to the deck, or you can make edits to the amount as needed. The next step is to prepare the contract for digital signature. It's important to emphasize that the contract only needs to be created once, as it will then be saved as a template in the system for future use. After uploading the file for preparation, click Next. You have the option to include a personal note to the investor before clicking on Prepare Agreement. You can switch between the investor and the GP when preparing the contract. You can include a full signature, initials, date, and more, allowing you to customize the contract according to your preferences. Once you're done, simply click Continue. At this stage, the contract is sent to the investor. After the investor digitally signs the contract, you will be prompted to sign as well. Following your signature, a fully executed copy will be sent to the investor, and a duplicate will be stored within the system for your records. After the investor has signed, they will be automatically moved to the signed status. In cases where there's a contract signed externally, you can manually update the investor's status to signed and upload the signed contract separately. Once the investor's status is marked as signed, you can proceed to send a capital call to the investor. You can input a deadline date and optionally include a message. It's essential to provide a mobile number to receive a verification code. Upon completion, click Issue Capital Call to proceed. Once the transfer has been completed, the investor will transition to the invested status automatically. If there is a need to remove the investor from the list, you can change their status to declined. Click on Mark as Declined button. Click on the Remove Investor button. If you wish to independently add additional investors, whether or not you've sent the offering deck, you can do so by either selecting an investor from the list or adding a new investor. Click on the Add from Contact List button or create a new contact. An important note, you can monitor the status of investors added to the pipeline, or conveniently track the status of requests sent to investors by accessing the Capital Calls tab. In this tab, you can seamlessly track the capital calls journey, including its delivery to the investor, their acknowledgement, money transfer, and, ultimately, the investment process. This guide covered the step-by-step process of effectively utilizing the fundraising module in a professional manner. Feel free to reach out with any questions in our support email.